All right, we'll call the meeting to order. We'll start with the presentation of the funding application. We'll do the tour de corn with Katrina.
All right, so I'm obviously with Tour de Corn event. We currently have 275 registered, with 50% of those coming from out of town. We will get obviously some more this week and the morning of. Some stay at the campground and some stay at the motel when they come to town. A lot of them stay at the campground just because it's convenient for them to go ahead and start at the Corn Palace. Another thing is that, like, with the money we use is to promote safety, bike safety for the Mitchell community for all ages. We like to go ahead and get everyone involved with bicycling, so that is where our money will go ahead and go.
Anybody have any questions for her?
I do have a question on your budget.
Okay.
On your revenue side, I don't know if the total revenue is in red. Does that mean you're in the hole before you start, or just a typo?
And I apologize, that would be a Courtney Denny question.
Okay.
I don't have, Courtney does like the budgeting stuff,
Okay.
and she's on her way back from New York right now, so.
Any other questions?
Most people coming in Friday for your event? Or?
Yeah, yep. Sorry, it's a 3-day event. So Friday night we have like a meal over at the park for everyone, and then we'll do a glow run that night. Then they do the event on Saturday, and then there's another event, like family event, on Sunday. So it's a 3-day event. Like, we have people coming from 13 states right now. We have a gentleman from Purdue that wants to do, he's going to do the 100-mile. His goal is to do every state. He has South Dakota and North Dakota left. So he is coming to ours on Saturday.
Awesome.
Anything else? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go with Power Play Hockey Clinic and Nick Lemke.
Hello, everyone. First time here. I am the lead instructor for the Power Play Hockey Clinic. It's a new event. We've been kind of getting going the last couple of years, trying to grow it. The last couple of years, we've kind of gone from about 22 to last year, I believe about 46 people that have shown up. We've been pushing to try and get it out earlier, so we're planning on launching it this week in terms of to other associations to try and expand, bringing players from other associations to grow it, as well as just teaching hockey across the entire state. We expect somewhere around that 8 to 12. It's kind of what we're expecting. If it was more, that'd be great, because that would help us grow quicker. Some of the expenses go towards, like on the sheet that we submitted, is our ice time comes at about $1,600 to $2,000, depending on the exact amount of hours we do. Those hours are dependent on the exact signups of each age group, so we don't have that locked in until we know if we have 15 kids in the 10U group to 22, and then we have to expand or separate a little bit, so we don't have that exact breakdown of the schedule until that point. Other expenses go towards putting on meals. They come in Friday. We generally try to start at 4, depending on how far people are coming from on Friday. 4 to 9. Saturday is a gauntlet, kind of 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then Sunday we go about 9 to 3, depending on the groups we have. So it gets to be a long weekend on the ice. Putting on meals, we try and have some kind of a snack Friday. Most of them try to eat before they get there. Saturday, in the past, we've put on some kind of a pork or a grill out dinner that one of our association members does the cooking for us to help. So we have the cost of just the food and supplies for that. And then we have a meal again on Sunday. So kind of what I think I got for you, if you have any questions.
So this is new? This has never been done before?
So we've been doing about 3 years. We've been kind of dabbling in it, just trying to get it going. And now we're really just trying to kick it and take it off after we've gone through the lumps of learning it. And now we really want it to be successful. I have I have instructors that come from high school coaches out of Minnesota. I have one to another one that's coached here in Mitchell to Huron, as well as former players that I have to even my seniors. I'm the boys varsity head coach. I have some ties into being able to bring in even my more responsible senior classmen to have help in that, and it helps kind of grow teaching kids to maybe have a love for coaching someday afterwards. So it kind of all just ties together with everything hockey in our community.
I guess that's a question I was going to ask is who you're bringing in some outside coaches and
Yeah,
so
I have
on to do.
a former coach from Monticello, Minnesota. He went to DWU for soccer, played hockey. He was an assistant coach of mine for 2 years. He's now the head coach of the 14U top level team in Monticello. He comes back every year. He usually tries to bring his goaltending coach from up there. A former assistant coach of mine that went to DWU, Eric Miner.
Okay.
He lives in Huron. He comes back as much as he can. And then tying into other coaches I've had that fill in the void of having somebody specific to defense and goaltending, as well as ones that just have a really good personality that work with kids. You get 7-year-olds out there that get kind of shy around adult males and whatnot. So that good personality that works with people is something I keep an eye out for. So I think we have a very good, roughly about 8-man crew on the ice to make sure we have enough people to give all the kids the attention.
Okay.
Nick, best guess, how many you think would spend the night?
Right around 10 is kind of that baseline. I'm hoping it's more, but I don't want to overpromise. So, but I would love to. We have other communities in the state that have very nice facilities that have ice year round, and so they have those year round. Watertown has clinics all summer long. But you have Huron. I'm hoping to pull from Pierre. We've had kids from Yankton to Watertown. Kids have even come even since the new facility. So if we can continue to grow, pulling from some of them that for whatever reason don't have clinics in their community or maybe don't have ice as much like we do, that we can continue to pull from Pierre, Aberdeen, Yankton, Watertown, maybe even Brandon. That's my hopes.
That's 10 rooms for 2 nights.
Yes.
And on your budget, the coach is $2,000. So do they pay for their own rooms? The coaches.
Some of them do. Some of them they stay at my house, try to stay. But yeah, but I the Holiday Inn. I know 1 year. I believe the Comfort Inn 1 year. I had a couple rooms. But like I said, I think we're going into year 4 of actually day 1. But like this is our big launch to try and really take off to get to where we always have like 50 and above. So that's kind of what we're aiming for. But in terms of the 2,000 between reimbursing the one from Minnesota for travel, gas, hotel, give them a couple bucks for their knowledge and stuff like that, which is whatever's kind of available at the end of all of our expenses. So we don't. There's not really anything saved at the end of it. I would like to. This all runs through the Lucky Devils Adult Hockey Association. They're the sponsor, which gets us the group rate or the group ice rate, which gets it down to about $85 an hour rather than the total amount, which I don't want to misquote, but is much higher than the 84. So I'd like to make a 5 to 10% donation into the savings account for the men's Lucky Devil for supporting us and putting it on. But at the end of it, we don't have the savings account. It all gets paid out to the expenses and maybe an apparel gift for the kids, and then a little monetary sum to go towards the coaches for their expertise in their travel. But the $2,000 requested is mainly focused on being able to cover the ice costs that we have to pay. That's my cancel out point. That's what I'm aiming for. So that's where I come up with that number.
Just a question off the top of my head, because I'm kind of familiar with a lot of hockey camps because I got grandkids. But if you had the money, especially with the older kids, obviously, do you think you would draw more if you could attract a D1 coach or assistant coach, even Augie or Omaha or somebody out of Mankato or something to come? Would that be a big draw for you?
I mean, my first answer would be absolutely. I think that's kind of humanity is if you have that clout or that pull of like, oh, wow, that person's coming. Yeah. It's kind of hard for people to turn away and to not be excited about the possibility of getting that. Because if said player doesn't think they have the talent to get to that level, but, oh, wow, I could get coached by that person. If we were to be able to keep them coming year after year after year, I think that would be great. We've had some ins on some things. I know a former national championship winning goalie for Wisconsin for the girls' side. We tried getting her come in, and then she ended up getting the girls' varsity job in Fargo. So we're trying. That'd be great. And I know our girls program went over and did something in Sioux Falls where the Augie club coach was a part of it, but now I have to move everything based out of Sioux Falls. So that would be great if we could pull something like that off, but we're still growing and working towards that.
Yep.
Anything else for Nick? Thank you.
Thank you guys. Have a good day.
Next, we'll go to the approval of the minutes from the last meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Tim, second by Brian. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 Against, nay. Motion passed. Financial report.
Okay, Sports and Events Authority financials. These are year-to-date, August 4th, 2025. Our current expenses, so these are all the award checks that have been written, $86,700. That leaves a current available fund balance of $107,940. The total collections by month chart, there are a couple updates here. We have received year-to-date all collections. So the collections that were submitted in May, for April records, we have 20,574. The collections submitted in June for May records, $29,236. And then most recently, the collections submitted in July for June records was $37,482, which again, all collections have been submitted. That gives a year-to-date collections through July of $158,137. And through July, room nights sold 79,069. The year-to-date room nights sold comparison chart compared to 2024, up 2.8%, which is 2,249 room nights. 2023 were up 5%, which is 3,932 room nights. 2022 were up 1.5%. 1,152 room nights, 2021 up 7.9%, 2020 31.6%, and 2019 were up 9%. And just to circle back, the expenses do reflect Mitchell Baseball did decline their $3,000 grant. So this is made note at the bottom here. Did not accept the $3,000, but the $86,700 for expenses does not include that, and the $107,940 is the current available fund balance for SEA.
Any questions on the financial report?
I guess I can just share too. I guess it was a great June. Obviously, up almost a little less than $4,000 in collections from last year. MAC Triathlon, the Powderhorn Ranch Regulators moved their event to June. The Palace City Soccer Cup, Blarney's Amateur Baseball Classic, Palace City Mountain Bike Classic, and then non-SEA events. We had Lowell Rang and then the Brian Harb Johnson and Brian Wilson baseball as well, just to list a few.
Aaron, were you ever able to track on the, month of May, but that'd be for April? Do you think it was state bowling tournament missing from last year, or why we would have been down?
That would be my first,
Yeah, but
I guess, logical guess.
Yeah.
Hosting 3 days for the entire month compared to last year, and then, we don't host it.
Yeah.
So that would be my first guess. And then obviously a few of these are moving around in months. Powderhorn is moving around. we had two different types of soccer tournaments. Last year we had the Temple one. We didn't have the spring Mitchell Soccer Association one. So we had that one in June this year, and then they'll be presenting here in September as well for their September soccer tournament.
Aaron, dumb question. I should know this, but the 158,000 collected year to date, that's $2, correct?
Yes.
So that $2 technically goes to the bid 4, right? And then they give us money from that fund.
Yes. So the bid 4 estimations, I think last year was just under 320,000 is what the $2 tax brought in. And then yes, the bid 4 designates out of that what they want to provide the SEA for funding.
So the current available fund balance, is that truly what we have to spend as a sports authority?
Yes, based on the revenue there. So I adjusted that. Bid 4 designated 150,000, and they also voted and designated the carryover of 2024's balance to 2025. So that's where 194,640 for revenue is. Take out your expenses, and then that's the 107,940.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion. Second.
Motion by Jason, second by Dave. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Against nay. Motion pass. We'll go to evaluation forms and financial surveys.
Okay, 3 evaluation forms with financials were submitted. Those are included in your packet as well. First one, the DW Spring Golf Invite. That was April 7th and 8th. Mother Nature, they rated it a 2. Obviously, late winter or early spring, Mother Nature affected one of their days, a frost delay. So they had 18 holes Monday, 18 holes Tuesday. They did have more participants than the previous year. 87 golfers this year, 12 coaches. They estimated 70 to 90 room nights. Next year's event is Lakeview Golf Course, April 6th and 7th of 2026. The SEA awarded $4,000. That was just to help cover the expenses of the event. There was an expense report that was provided. Based on that, a net profit of $4,967.50. Just profits used to enhance the student-athlete college experience. Lets them go to more exclusive events, gives them the opportunity to do a couple team meals throughout the year and order merchandise from local businesses. Next one was the Your Town Tour, the Neil McCoy concert. That was April 25th. Event met expectations. The event also provided some good additional feedback, positive takeaways. I'll just let, again, that was included in your packet, let you guys review. Biggest thing, Mitchell is a great partner, and we're excited about potential for even bigger shows in years ahead. 800 spectator attendance. They list the cities and states where attendees came from. They estimated 275 room nights. Next year's event location and date be April 11th, 2026 here at the Corn Palace. SEA awarded $7,500. That was used towards the marketing of the event locally and regionally. And then they provided a P&L as well, revenue and expenses. It was a loss of $3,595. But again, the feedback they provided looked to make some changes for 2026 and potentially gain some profit. And lastly was a night with Dan Gable. This was April 26th down in Dimmock, South Dakota. They rated the event a 4. I've already been in contact talking with JD. Next year they, I guess, have the optimism to bring that some sort of gathering event to Mitchell. They're also utilizing the DW Sports Complex, I believe the end of October, for their wrestling event as well. Total spectator attendance was 225. $750 the SEA awarded. They used those towards advertising, and they provided an expense and revenue profit of $6,250. Just goes back to, I believe it's the American Outlaws, their club, to help continue promoting youth wrestling in South Dakota. So those were the evaluation forms and financials.
You want to go to the other items, or?
Yeah, I can just jump into, try to keep, again, pretty simple report back on Play Easy. Again, just share, they've increased the amount of organizers, actually one here in the last couple hours, so they have 766 organizers from around the country. There's 330 organizations, us included, that have accessibility to this and the RFPs within this platform. The RFP marketplace, there's 152 within the entire marketplace currently. Our Sports and Events Authority destination microsite, again, we still have our facilities that we market. The hotels, we still market our 12 hotels within the Bid 4 district. 225 attractions, each have their microsite, shopping services, food and drink, entertainment, transport. Currently, we have 4 upcoming SEA awarded events. And then from kind of the admin side, so far, year to date, there's been 187 leads that have matched some sort of criteria with the Sports and Events Authority. We were not considered for the 2026 or 2027 Move United Education Conference. 186 have been passed on. Again, same report. No facility big enough, or a couple of these have been skating has been coming, and now they're looking for facilities that can host 3,000 to 5,000 people as far as figure skating and ice skating goes. So that's why those have been passed. Again, we still market our 12 hotels within the bid district. The AI Center, I will actually touch a little more on that in September's meeting. Artificial intelligence tour guide that Play Easy is looking to integrate within this platform as well, to help the user's experience be a little, I guess, more accurate and more specific to the destination that they're at. And then just some quick report numbers, the profile activity. Again, year to date, we've had 117 unique visitors that have somehow, whether it's through Google or the QR code, they've viewed the Mitchell Sports and Events Authority page, and they've accounted for 1,559 views. And then event performance, 635 unique visitors have viewed one of our Sports and Events Authority awarded event microsites. That's accounted for 2,078 views. Of those, 64 of those, they've clicked on our registration link when one has been available, and 31 ticketing clicks when a ticketing link has been available as well. And then there's been no hotel bookings or reservations through the event microsite.
How long have we had the Play Easy?
It would have been the middle of December is when we just agreed to, Bid 4 agreed to provide the funding. They kept our destination page open, so basically it was January 1st.
Is that like a 1-year deal?
Yes.
I will say that the last bid board meeting, the bid board still liked it. They understood we didn't get the events out of it. We might have 1 or 2 pending, but they still felt it was worth getting our name out. So
Really?
I think they're going to probably go again.
Yep. So the conversations, it's help to have a conversation again. Scott Mullenmeister and I with Mitchell Soccer will reach out to 5v5 Soccer this winter and see if there's a potential to host some sort of event July or August of 2026. It's also opened up 7v7 football, has had a couple RFPs from Texas, and I think both came from Texas. I had a conversation, met Sean Davis for the first time, just had him share his experience and kind of drive for 7v7 football to you got to start locally with some of these. Have your local association. So he's working with an association out of Sioux Falls, and then he hosts a camp here in August as well. And obviously, again, it's not a submitted RFP or an event, but it has opened those doors for conversations with our respective local organizers. To, I guess, let them know, we're here to help. SEA's again supportive of these types of events.
All right, should we go into executive session? Do we need a motion for that?
We do. Yep.
All right. Motion by Brian,
Second.
second by Tim. All in favor of the motion, say aye. Aye. Against nay? Okay.
Yep, let me just share quick. Again, the events were listed there for you to view. None of those upcoming, potentially one, has received SEA funding. Again, the Mitchell Chamber events calendar, and then not pulling up, but Mitchell, South Dakota events Facebook page as well is where you can find a listing of those.
The lake looks pretty good in that picture right now.
All right, we'll proceed here with the funding applications. We'll do Tour de Corn, requesting $3,000.
Make a motion that we do 2,500 for Tour de Corn.
I'll second.
Motion by Brian, second by Dave. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Against nay. Passes for 2,500. Power Play Hockey Clinic, they're requesting 2,000.
I'll make a motion for the 2,000 for the Power Play Hockey Clinic.
And I would second that motion.
Got a motion by Jason, second by Tim. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Against nay. Motion passes for 2,000. Next meeting will be September 9th. We're adjourned.